Hi, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our heart-powered inspiring interviews. And as you already know by now, every time we have an incredible guest with us. And today there is just a very, very, very special lady. I met her recently in Namibia. Her name is Charlotte Kemp, and she's the incoming deputy president of the Professional Speakers Association of Southern African countries. And she launched a virtual chapter of which she has been the president for the past 2 years. In her role in charge of the membership of that amazing organization, in the last 10 months, they've increased the membership by an incredible 45% in just 10 months. Isn't that amazing? And they're really including they're also starting the process to create another chapter in Botswana right now. How exciting that is. And the PSASA is really the home of and represents the self-identified professional speakers in the Southern African region and is expanding beyond its initial focus of South Africa. We love it when organizations, communities grow beyond what the original aim was, right? So they really aim, and they're not only aiming, they're really offering incredible value and build a community for speakers in this region beyond only their paid up membership. I mean, they have a big, big heart for anyone out there, and I know she's doing an incredible work. And Charlotte also, what you want to know about her, she's also a futurist, and what she does research on, and what she's really trying to get a greater understanding on, and using that in greater ways, is she really works with volunteer associations that provide incredible value for their members. And I know that all of you that are here with us today are probably part of at least one community, hopefully already also part of our HeartPowered Global Nations community and others. So it's just a spot on topic. Charlotte, it's amazing to have you with us today. Welcome.
Ronnie, thank you very much.
Great. Okay, let's jump right into it. What keeps you joyful and positive right now at these times?
Well, obviously these times are challenging, and we're finding joy and positive feelings in very simple things, I think. In the past we were looking for external stimulation and entertainment, but the joy really comes from connecting so meaningfully with other people. So when we send messages to each other, we say, hi, how are you? We really, really mean it for a change. So that has been wonderful. And seeing people in our speaker community and amongst the clients that I have in other associations, seeing them find new ways to connect and support each other, to support their cities and their communities and their countries. It's just an incredible time of global sharing and nation building and community building, which is just really incredibly inspiring. I believe if we can do the things we're doing at the moment in this challenge, there's no excuse for us not doing amazing things when the world goes back to whatever we define normal to be.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so true, and it's so important. We feel it now more than ever, how intimacy and connection is becoming so much more important. And we've always known it, right? I mean, we are only one person, but in connection we can do so much more together. So what do you do, Charlotte, right now in this time to really advance your life, your business, your community in a greater way than what you did in the past?
Well, obviously, as a professional speaker and as an association executive, we have to be connecting with people. So we've all kind of gone online. What I love about our community in South Africa and PSASA is that we've been experimenting for over a decade with various online tools and techniques. And we haven't done it always very well. We've been experimenting to see what works and what doesn't work. And once we've done it a few times in our different chapters, then we've set together a couple of rules about, these are the protocols for good meetings online and for connecting with people. So we've done a lot of that. And that's a very practical thing that is important to experiment with. But it also highlights that we should be looking at other areas in our lives and in our businesses that we should maybe explore and be willing to test and do something not too well for a couple of months, a couple of years, until we're really professional at it, so that when we need those skills in the future, they'll be available. But I'll tell you the thing that I'm doing that is not very practical, and I'm a very practical person. I want to see something real in front of me, is I started exploring my values. And I know this is kind of like an odd conversation. For some people, values are obvious. I spent years teaching people how to use LinkedIn. So it was like, the most practical social media tool that I could find. I come from a financial services background, so it's all very, very real. But now I'm sitting exploring philosophy and values. And it's become incredibly apparent to me that if we don't understand our values as individuals and as organizations and as associations, then we really miss a whole lot of amazing opportunities. So two things came together in our Professional Speakers Association. We highlighted 3 values that we have. One of them was, and we use the hashtags because it's the modern way of communicating. So it's hashtag co-create amazing. And we've raised that as one of our values in PSA, to say that if we come together and we create something together, it's going to be better than us doing something on our own. And when we see that happen in our community, when we see people spontaneously create something for or with their colleagues, it is incredible. It makes me so happy just to see that we created the platform and the space and the environment, and people just run with it. One of the things that comes from that is that leaders can get out of the way. We don't have to drive everything. We allow the membership to realize what they have and to build those communities and connections and offer value to each other, like an association of peers should do. So we just stepped out of the way a lot of occasions and let the members carry on. But in my business, I'm a futurist, but I'm also very aware of the fact that as a futurist, it's an incredibly broad field to look at. We could be talking about economics today, politics tomorrow, demographics the next day, wild cards and black swans. And there's so much that we could be discussing. And that's not even talking about the actual tools that we use. And I feel that we've moved as society away from a place where we expect people to be experts in things. So when I work with clients or with associations, or when I come to an audience and I speak to them, I come and I call myself a futures alchemist. So I come from a place of saying, I know my stuff really well. I know what I want to bring to you and where I'd like to help you to go, what I want you to explore. But you know your industry, you know your association, you know your community, and you know things that I will never learn. And I can't learn all that stuff, but you can't learn everything that I know. But we can create alchemy together. If we come together, we can do this. So alchemy is obviously that kind of medieval exploration of how to turn lead into gold. But what it actually was about was a mixture of science and experimentation, a willingness to risk things that didn't necessarily work, a little bit of magic perhaps, but a whole lot of willingness to really explore and discover and uncover what is there. So when I come as a futures alchemist, I come with what I have, I meet with what you have, and we create something together with a little bit of experimentation, a little bit of art, a little bit of science, a little bit of magic, and we come up with something new. And that, I think, is what the essence of co-creating is all about. And so not only have I used the word alchemy kind of as a label to define myself, it's now a measure, a value that I measure everything against. So if I'm going to do some work with somebody, if I'm going to spend my day in front of my computer, I want to make sure that I'm not just doing admin work. I want to be creating some sort of alchemy, some magic that will last. And one of the ways, if we were looking at 3 different things that I'm using, one of the ways we do that is to also use masterminds very much. And our masterminds are amazing because you don't have one person kind of leading the group and teaching us what needs to happen. We all come together in this community of humility and sharing and collaboration and cooperation, and we support each other in our own explorations of what we need in our business, whatever that business is about. So masterminds have become incredibly valuable. I have one that we meet every Wednesday morning, and we have for the last 2 years. And I will ascribe a whole lot of my success to that group of people who've really supported me, and I've supported them as we've all made progress. It's amazing.
Amazing. Oh my God, that really inspires me so much and triggers me so much, the way you're talking about these kind of explorations. And so you said something very important, Charlotte. You said that there is certain things that you've explored and you found out in communities that work. So I know that a lot of the people that are here with us, they're also holding space for communities. They're creating communities. They're growing communities. So what are some of the things that you found out that work? I mean, obviously you did an incredible job of growing your community of speakers in the PSA over 10 months by 45%, which is incredible. What works? What are some of the things that you realize that work that you're applying yourself right now for your community and to everyone's benefit?
All right, thank you. Again, it comes back to values. We had a value in PSA SA, and I say this cautiously because I'm not sure who will listen to this, but in the past we had this approach that you couldn't benefit from anything that we're doing unless you're a paid up member. So give us your money, join the community, and then we'll share stuff with you. And we have totally flipped the script on that. What we've done is we have made it more difficult for somebody to become a member. So we've taken down the membership page off our website. When somebody says, I want to do something, how do I become a member? We say, oh, that's fantastic. Come and join us. Come to our chapter meeting. Your first meeting can be free, or come to our virtual chapter meeting, which is always free. Here are 3 masterminds that you can join, and you don't have to be a member. Here's our YouTube channel with a whole lot of videos of things we've done in the past, and you can access that and benefit from that. And here's somebody who will, have a chat with you on the phone, or, when we're not in lockdown, here's somebody who will have a cup of coffee with you and find out where you are at in your speaking career. And we're taking people at their word when they say, I'm a professional speaker. We're not judging them. We're not putting them on a scale and saying, well, you don't meet these criteria, so you're not really a speaker according to us. If somebody believes that they're a professional speaker and that they have some value to share, then we take them at their word. But we're giving them a whole lot of value and a whole lot of opportunities to learn and grow without ever becoming a member. And then we wait for them to enjoy that, to experience that, to become part of the community. And then at some point they get to this, and I'm quoting one person specifically who said, for goodness sake, will you take my money now? I want to be part of this because I want to make things with you for the other people. And that is when we want somebody to be a member, when they want to come and join us and co-create with us, rather than just absorb whatever we're sharing with them, because that's the right aspect, the right element of this community. And when people join at that level, then we know we don't have to worry about expectations. They're not saying, you're not providing for me. They're saying, this doesn't work. Can I help to make this right? Who do I talk to? How can we put a team together and fix this? And then they help to co-create this community. Associations, especially volunteer associations, are collaborations of peers. And in the speaking world, we all have our own businesses to work on. So I can't sit here the whole day creating value for other people in our association. Our team of leaders, we're not responsible for doing all of this because we all have our own businesses to run. But if we can create the space and make that a warm space for other people and a space of a little bit of exploration, a little bit of space to make some mistakes, but we want to then fix those mistakes really quickly because we are professionals, then we create that space and opportunity for everyone else to participate. And then when they actually become members, obviously we then have some standards. So we have an associate level for people who are not really professional yet because they're not earning the money. And then we have professional membership after that.
Perfect. I love it. And it's so important because what I hear is, again, the foundation is values, right? I mean, that is something you need to get right first in the first place. Being clear on who you want to attract and so on, right? And then really invite people and give an incredible amount of experience and value and whatever, and support and connection and whatever else, right? That actually is kind of the glue of a community, right? And only then, when people feel engaged, when they feel ready to step up, when they're taking initiative and they say, now I really want this, you can turn them into a member. And this is so beautiful. A lot of people do it the other way around, which is crazy. Yeah. So these are so many golden nuggets from your side today, Charlotte. And you and I, we could keep speaking forever, but for forever. But what is one thing we always love to just give everyone that is here with us, and by the way, I honor that you are with us right now and you're watching this right now because it means that you really want to grow and expand. What is your advice for our regular fans, Charlotte? What can they do today to step up on their side? Just one little step.
All right. There's a concern that we have all around the world have been really, looking good, being professional, doing something well, especially if we're entrepreneurs. We always want to, come across as polished and organized, and we like people to think that we are, we got everything sorted out. But it's a falsehood. It really is. And I think the experience that we're having at the moment globally is really challenging those assumptions. So things that should be very easy for us to do sometimes are challenging, and people who seem to cope normally are having some difficulties coping with what is going on and the uncertainty of it. And people keep saying, what can I do to prepare for business when this is all over? How do I get back to normal? And we're assuming that we can just, learn some skills and be better. But I think it's more than learning skills. It's learning an attitude and approach of exploring the world and exploring what we're capable of. So if there's something very practical that we could do, I would recommend that we think about something that we need to do in our business, that we think one day that would be great if I did that really well, and then do it today really badly. Just do it today, put it out there, publish it, post the video, write the article and post the blog post, do the podcast, do the Facebook Live, bake the banana bread, whatever it is that you think you can't do well enough, go and do it poorly the first time. Because until you get that practice and that repetition and that experience of doing it badly, you will never know how to improve. So that's my advice, my challenge to you. I've done some pretty bad things recently. I really fluffed a coffee cake the other day, but I did it, and the disaster still tasted good, but I did something I haven't baked, I think, in about a decade. So go out there and try something badly today.
I love it. And aren't we all of us that are courageous out there that try things, we fall, right, and fail, but we fail forward, as we say, right? So don't get scared. You don't need to do all of what Charlotte said. Just pick this one thing today where you feel like you're not good enough. It's not perfect. Just do it, get it out there, and you will be surprised how you will be showered with appreciation by others that are really needing what you're getting out there right now.
If I can add one thing, the humility and the transparency of saying I did this and I didn't succeed helps so many other people to know that it's okay that they're not getting it right. It's a time we all have to just be a little bit more forgiving of ourselves and each other.
Oh yeah. That's again something we find in powerful communities, right? I mean, we forgive ourselves and others, and we, hold each other's back. Perfect. And I know there's probably a lot of people here, especially when we have, people that from the Southern African region and even beyond, because I know that you're also involved in a virtual community, right? So if people would love to connect with you, learn more from you, where can they find you? How can they connect with you?
Oh, lovely. If they want to connect with me personally, I'm on charlottekemp.co.za. So we're in South Africa, so it's .co.za. And our association is the PSA, it's PSA Southern Africa.co.za. And that's where you'll find our Speakers Association.
Right. So all of you, if you're speakers, again, find one way of getting your message out there today in a more courageous way. If you're not a speaker, you're an entrepreneur, then you're a speaker anyhow, because entrepreneurs need to speak, right, to get your light shine and your message out there. And if you're a change maker in any way, you have something to say. So you're all going to be speakers in one form and way or another over time, right? So Charlotte, I know you're doing incredible work. I know you're incredibly busy. Thank you for being with us today and inspiring me always and everyone here with us. And is there just one last word of wisdom you'd like to share with everyone before we round it off?
I just appreciate this community. I think that we take communities for granted when we don't think about them, and when we suddenly kind of isolated, then we realize who we find to be really supportive and powerful parts of our network, and we should nurture that. I think that is important, and it's okay to avoid those people who share the rubbish and bring us down. That's not valuable at all. So nurture those communities and those people that really build you up.
Love it. Beautiful, wise message to round it off. So all of you, you know that we're also, we've created a HeartPowered Global Nation community for you. And Charlotte, you're an appreciated member of that too. So it's great to have you. And all of you, if you're not a member yet, just check it out on Facebook, HeartPowered Global Nation. We are also going to share the link underneath. Thank you, Charlotte, for being with us. You and I are going to jump back into our lives of speakers right now. All of you, again, do something today that you might think is not perfect, and you might actually end up finding out that it's actually much better than you thought. It might be close to perfect, if not perfect at all already. So have a wonderful day, everyone, and just be brave and courageous and share your message in greater ways. Okay? Have a wonderful day, everyone, and we'll be back with another episode of our heart-powered inspirational interview series soon. Have a great day. Bye.